everyone, my name's Sarah and thank you for joining me today for this 40-minute wall Pilates session. This is beginner friendly, but it's also quite challenging. We're going to be doing a full body workout. You won't need any equipment, just a nice comfortable space to work with so that you can move your arms and legs around and exercise freely. So whenever you're ready, let's begin. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for today's wall Pilates session. This is beginner friendly. That being said, it doesn't mean that some of the exercises aren't challenging. You definitely will feel the movements. You will feel some, especially around the back of the legs and the glutes, and of course the shoulders as well, because we spend quite a lot of time down on the floor in a supine position with our feet against the wall. So there's lots of scapular strengthening going on here, as well as kind of working the back of the legs and basically the posterior chain of the body. Okay, that being said, let's get on with the exercise. Before you start though, do make sure that the wall that you're going to be using is clear of any kind of shelving or pictures or anything that you might bump into, and that you've got a good surface to be able to lie down on. I've got a wooden floor here, so I use a mat just to make it a bit more comfy, but the mat is really kind of sticky towards the floor, so it's not going to move anywhere when I'm exercising. Alright then, let's make a start. We're going to be coming up into a standing position with our backs against the wall. Okay, so I'll see you there in a second, and we'll have a quick run through of our alignment, breathing and core before we begin. Alright? Okay, so now we're in our standing position. Just come quite close to the wall. Make sure you've got your heels against the wall. You're standing with your shoulders back and down. You're looking directly in front of you. Your chin is level with the floor. Just relax your arms. Have your palms facing the the outside of your thighs. Okay, so with a neutral posture, that includes your shoulders, your pelvis, and of course that all-important spine, which also includes your head. Okay, your spine starts from the middle of the back of the head, so we always need to make sure that we hold that in position when we're thinking about our neutral alignment. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up here, but what I'd like to do is maintain this lovely neutral posture. So if you lean back and put your body weight towards the wall, so your shoulders and kind of your buttocks are probably going to be touching the wall gently here. You should have a bit of a gap between the lower back and the wall. Now with your feet, just come forward a foot distance forward again, and try and come back onto the wall, maintaining that lovely neutral posture. Okay, so again, you're not pushing against the wall with your lower back. Basically, we're trying to be nice and lengthened through the spine, shoulder blades back and down. Okay, nice and comfortable, but you should feel your quads are doing a little bit of work there. You might even feel it around the back of the legs slightly. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is very gently reach our arms up towards the sky, okay, and then come back down again. And we're going to do that on an out breath. So we're going to reach up and then breathe in as we come down, trying to maintain this neutral posture, okay? Now as we do this, let's keep our tummy button towards the spine. So when you exhale to reach up, just draw the navel in slightly. You don't need to go too tight. What we're trying to do is just activate these lower abdominal muscles. Okay, and that's going to help you to keep your pelvis nice and still. Let's see if we can reach a bit further back towards the wall behind us as we reach up. Okay, so just tapping the wall with the fingertips and keeping the rib cage relaxed so it's not flaring as we reach up. Good. Okay, so we're going to try and just do a couple of extra movements here as well. So if you just bring your arms out in front of you, arms level with the floor. Now let's take both arms nice and wide. So okay, so you're trying to touch the wall with the back of your hands, and we come forward again. So it's out and in, out and in. Okay, so again, exhale out, inhale in, just keeping hold. Keep your eye on that neutral posture, shoulders and hips, and that all important neutral spine. Let's lengthen through, keep the chin level with the floor. Okay, reach both arms forward, just hold it there for me. And now we're going to take our right arm up as the left arm goes out to the side. Bring them back, same on the other side. So left arm up, right arm out. Let's keep that going. So one arm up, one arm out. That's it, just alternating sides. Perfect. Now let's keep this going if we can, and we're going to just lift both heels and lower them. Okay, as you come down. If you don't like that, just keep both heels down. We're just trying to get the back into the back of the legs that little bit more. And breathe. Breathe. Good. Lots to think about. A bit of balance, a bit of coordination, some focus and control. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, arms out in front. Okay, let's raise the right heel. Let's put it down. Left heel and down. Right and left. Chin level with the floor, both shoulder blades flush with your back. Good. Now we're going to raise opposite arms to heels. So as we raise the left heel, take your right arm up. Bring them both down. Right heel, left arm. That's it. Good. So opposite arm and heel. Good. If you need to rest, it's fine, but if not, you can keep going. That's brilliant. You should be feeling it around the shoulders as well. Good. All right, let's go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. See if you can hold your arms out in front of you. Okay, now if you can't, if you want that rest, it's fine for the shoulders. But again, we're just going to come up off the heels. Okay, good. Now we're going to take both arms out and forward. Out and forward, staying off the heels just to bring those calf muscles back in again. Okay, good. Exhale, inhale. We're going to start again to raise one arm up and the other arm out to the side. So you can start with whichever you like, but stay up off those heels. Or come down. If you need to come down onto your heels, it's fine. Just maintain that lovely neutral posture. Get into the legs now. Back of the legs, maybe working the quads a little bit. You might feel that around the front of your thighs. Good. 4, 3, 2, last one. And down. Well done. You can pop your heels down, but keep your legs as they are. Okay, so you want this little bend at the knee. Now just turn the toes out to the sides gently. Then take the heels and then the toes again. So I'm just asking you to widen out the gap between your feet. You're going to again reach up with your arms. Try not to flare the rib cage. Stay neutral. Now we're going to be flexing the spine to start to roll down into what's known as a roll down. So this is sequential control of the spine. Breathe in first, and as you exhale, draw your navel in, but also up in the direction of your rib cage. You start to bring your arms down. We nod the chin forward slowly, and then we peel the spine gently, allowing the arms to hang loose like a rag doll. Okay, crown of the head facing the floor. I've come away from the wall here a little bit. Maybe you have too. It doesn't matter if you have or you haven't. Breathe in and gently restack the spine, coming up vertebra by vertebra, back to that start position. Okay, good. And again, gently rolling down. That's it. Good. You don't need to force this. Okay, just relax into it. Come down as far as you are comfortable. Breathe in. We're gently rolling up. Nice and slow. Nice and controlled. Back to that neutral position. Last one, breathing in. Good. And then if you want to just bend your knees, you can come down onto the floor into a seated position. Okay, now we're going to come down into supine and start the main phase of the routine. Okay, so I hope you feel nice and warmed up. Some of your muscles are fired up as well. So what we're going to do is come really close to the wall with our knees bent like this. Okay, so I've got my toes on the floor. I'm going to be rolling down, so make sure you've got room behind you. And you're just going to take hold of the back of your knees. Let's sit up tall. Breathe in. Exhale, engage your core. So that's tummy button in towards the spine. You're slowly going to come down by lowering the rib cage, leaning slowly back with the shoulders, and then you can let go of your knees when you come down into supine. Okay, you might just want to scooch a little bit closer to the wall here because we're going to pop our feet on the wall. Knees above the hips, shins level with the floor, so you've got a 90-degree angle or thereabouts at the knee joint. But you should have your feet in full contact with the wall. All right, so if you think you're a little bit too close or a bit too far away, just shuffle yourself around till you find that position, and you're going to relax your shoulders and your pelvis. Okay, good. So when you're in this position, just think about that neutral posture we looked at before. So you might have a little bit of a gap between the lower back and the floor. That's good. Let's draw the navel in towards the spine and hold that in place. Okay, so we're just going to start with some pelvic tilts. This is very gently just tucking your tailbone under and then tipping the pelvis forward. So we exhale to tuck, inhale to tip. You can see, or maybe you can see on the camera, it's difficult to tell really, but I'm just gently squashing the gap between the lower back and the floor as I tuck the tailbone under, and as I tip the pelvis forward, that gap is reappearing. Okay, so I'm passing through neutral, as is known. Okay, neutral is normally the midpoint of this range of movement. Okay, we're going to be going up into the shoulder bridge next, but let's just pause and make sure that we're in a good position with the feet. So I can see my toes, make sure you can see yours as well. We've got our arms by our side, palms facing down, and a nice wide chest. Okay, so the shoulder blade should be more or less flush with the back and comfortable against the floor, because there's lots of scapular strengthening involved with this. Okay, so we're going to be tucking the tailbone under once more. And as you do it, just lift the knees or kind of send the knees in the direction of the ceiling. As you come up, you're unpeeling your spine from the floor. All right, so we come back down again nice and slowly. And again, tip the pelvis forward. So we exhale very gently up. And again, just come up as high as you are comfortable. You need to make sure you don't squash your breastbone with your chin. So that's why we want a nice wide chest. You can very gently press your hands into the floor as you come up into your bridge. You'll feel all the muscles around the back of your arms firing up there as well, and into the shoulders, and it helps you to balance. Good, so exhaling up, inhaling to gently come down. Lovely. All right, and then the next time we come down, we're just going to stay down here. Okay, so if you find you've shuffled up towards the top of your mat, just come back down again. You can do that at any point. All right then, let's start to do a little bit more work, bringing the arms into play. So we'll roll up into our bridge just as we did before, very gently tucking the tailbone under and up we come. All right, and then as we come down from the bridge, just start to reach your arms up and then back. So you're going to come up into your bridge by reaching the arms down, and you're going to roll down from the bridge, reaching the arms overhead. So a little bit like when we were doing those warm-up exercises against the wall, we're taking the arms up and overhead, trying to touch the floor with the fingertips. Good. You can tip your pelvis very gently forward as you roll down as well, so that gives you that extra bit of mobility around the lower back. Okay, we'll do 3 more of these, and 2, and then last one. Okay, and then if you can just roll yourselves down from your bridge and just keep your arms vertical. So palms facing each other, a little bit like you're holding an imaginary box. Okay, so what we're going to do now is come back up into the bridge just as you did before. And when you do it, you're going to take your right arm out to the side. As you come down from your bridge, bring the arm back. Okay, so next time up into the bridge, left arm out and then back again. So we're just alternating arms. Again, a little bit like what we did when we were standing up doing our warm-up. So the chest and the pelvis stay absolutely still and facing the ceiling here. We're just rolling through the spine as we unpeel from the floor and as we come back down again. Okay, do remember to breathe. Lovely. Okay, just a couple more then. Good. And then we're going to relax it after this next one. Okay, so when you come down, just take your arms all the way back, just stretch it through. All right, arms back down by our sides. If, like me, you've just shuffled a little bit further back again, just bring yourself back towards the wall. Make sure you've got your legs still in that this tabletop position with your knees about 90 degrees. Okay, good. So we're going to go back up into the bridge again. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's gently tuck the tailbone under and roll ourselves up. Now we're going to try and hold the bridge position here, okay? So make sure you're not dropping your bottom there. You want to try and have your shoulders, your hips and your knees all in a nice line if you can.
Keep your chin away from your chest and come off your heels. So you're on the balls of your feet. If you don't like this, just keep your heels on the wall.
Okay, and again we're going to reach our arms up. So again, we're just going to go out to the side and then back in again, alternating arms. Good. Now, if you would like to join the next progression, you're going to take the heels down as you take your arm out to the side. You're going to come back up onto the balls of the feet as you return your arms. If at any point you need to relax here, you can. I am pushing you very slightly here as well. Good. If you prefer, you can just pop your feet down on the floor and do the arm exercises as well. Just come up into the bridge. Okay, so you basically would look like this instead. Okay, so if you prefer that, you can do that. If you really want to work the back of your legs, and back up into the bridge we come. Okay, so lovely. And then we're just going to go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Let's see if we can hold those arms up. Okay, and then you're just going to take the left heel down, then the right heel down, just alternating heels. Good. Really feel that down the back of the legs. You can replace your elbows if you like, but if you want to work that bit harder, arms up. And we're going to go for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, roll down, arms back. Well done. Okay, so arms back down by our sides. Scooched away from the wall again. So let's come back again. All right, so feet back onto the wall. Remember, you want your shins level with the floor. Let's just bring the feet together now. Okay, so this is more of a narrow bridge. Like I said before, if you're not quite happy coming up onto the shoulders, but you want to do that beginner kind of wall Pilates exercise, just pop your feet down. You can do this from the floor here. And when you feel that you're ready, you can start to progress to the wall. But otherwise, let's have those feet against the wall. And then again, nice wide chest. Using your hands as well, you're going to start to roll up back into the bridge. And then we're going to come back down again. Okay, so exhaling up, inhale down, pressing the hands very gently towards the floor. Using the strength of your arms and shoulders. Still working the back of the legs. Try not to let your knees come apart here. Now we're going to be holding ourselves up on this next one here. Okay, so keep the hips lifted. All right, now we're just going to come off the heels again. And then you're going to just take your right knee out, bring it in, left knee out, bring it in. But try and keep the pelvis still. So the back of the pelvis remains level with the floor at all times, meaning you're not twisting your hips. Okay, that's a completely different exercise. We're just trying to open up the hip joints, using the strength of our arms and shoulders to help us. Good. All right, so let's go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees together, gently roll down from the bridge. Just give your knees a little bit of a squeeze as well. All right, you can roll them around a couple of times in each direction. Good, and then we're just going to pop our feet back onto the wall once again. Feet hip width apart, make sure you can see your toes as well, and relax your shoulders. Right, let's roll back up into the bridge. So breathing in, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, and roll back up. Again, nice and strong around the back of the arms. Just press down gently with the palms and you'll feel your breastbone open, or you'll feel your chest open very slightly here. Try not to drop your tailbone. Let's keep it tucked under. Okay, right, so from here then, let's take the right knee. You're just going to gently bring it in. Place your foot against the wall. Roll down from the bridge. Let's come back up. Left knee. In. Foot against the wall. Roll down. So we're back to just rolling up and down into the bridge or in and out of the bridge. But every time we come up, we're just going to try and stay here a little bit longer. That's it, and just bring one of the knees towards the chest. So you're really relying on that remaining leg to hold you in place. So the back of the pelvis stays level with the floor. You might feel it a little bit more down the back of your arms as well, helping to keep you in place too. Good. And breathe. Really feeling it down the back of the legs and into the glutes. You need to be quite precise about replacing your feet against the wall. Good. We'll do another couple from here. Lovely. Okay, and then last one. Doing really well. Good, we can relax. Okay, let's come back a bit closer to the wall, because again, like me, you've worked your way towards the top of the mat. You need to reset yourself back up. Okay, so keep the knees and feet hip width apart then, so no longer having the feet and knees together. We want that position where the knees are above the hips, shins level with the floor, and we can see our feet. Okay, let's reach our arms overhead. Once again, try not to flare the rib cage, just stay as neutral as you can. We're going to do some sit-ups, so really getting into your lower abs. Take a lovely breath in. And then exhale, draw the navel in, reach up with your arms, lift the back of your head, reach gently towards the wall in front of you, and make sure you don't squash your breastbone. We're breathing in to reach back. So exhale up, inhale back, really slowly, never forcing the body, never jerking the head and the shoulders up. It's a reach forward, so you will really feel this getting into your abdominal muscles. You can see I'm only really lifting the head and the shoulder girdle off the floor, so I'm not pulling the lower back at all. Good. Let's go for 4. Just do what you can. 3. Reaching kind of the level of the toes, or to my big toes. Okay, we're going to hold this last one. Hold it there. Pulse, little tiny lifts. Lifting the breastbone up. Pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms all the way up, roll back down, big breath in. Good. All right. Now we're going to be lifting the head and shoulders again. But this time we're going to take the arms nice and wide, palms facing up, and then we reach forward. So you end up looking at the wall, the arms are floating by your side, palms facing up. Let's bring the arms back around and up again as you bring the back of your head down. So, and breathe. Really getting that core connection as well. So drawing your tummy button towards the spine as you lift the head and shoulders. Good. Again, keeping that chin away from your chest. You're aiming to look directly at the wall and not the ceiling here as well as you come up. You can look at the ceiling when you take your head down, of course, but you want to be looking forward. So really encourage you to lift the shoulders. And the more you can do that, the more you're going to squeeze your abdominals. But we'll go for another 3 if we can. And 2. Let's see if we can hold this last one. Okay, good. Shoulders back and down, palms facing up. Just start to kind of pulse the hands. You're bringing your hands towards the hip here. So it's like a sideways movement, palms facing up. Breathe. Have to try not to let the head go backwards. Okay, look forward. If you do that, sometimes you can feel it around the front of the neck, which we don't really want. You do want to be strengthening your neck flexors. but not to the point where it's really hurting. Okay, good. I'm going to count you down. If you do need to rest, it's fine. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice wide arms to come down and relax. Well done, everybody. Okay, big deep breath. Perfect. All right, from here, if you can just pop your hands behind your head, just interlace the fingers and bring your elbows into your peripheral vision. We're then just going to gently lift the head and shoulders, and you're looking again at the wall in front. Use that as a guide. Bring your elbows, as I say, into your peripheral vision. We're going to hold that there. Now, all we're going to do is just turn the body, so turning, keeping this gap between the elbows the same. Just turn your face to the right and bring your right knee towards your left elbow, okay? Then place the foot down and face forward. Same on the other side. We're trying to not pull on the back of the head. We're locking the arms and the shoulders in place. Replacing the feet exactly where they were on the wall in front of you. Now we're just bringing in the muscles on the outside of the body. Those are your obliques. We're still working our abdominal muscles. Getting into those abdominals, lower and upper. Good. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very gently bring yourself down and relax. Okay, if you want to give your knees a little squeeze, you can, and then we'll circle them around a couple of times in each direction, and we're going to be coming up to a seated position next. Okay, so if you want to use the rolling like a ball technique, just gently bring your knees in towards your chest, and you can roll up very gently towards the wall in front of you. Okay, and then from here, we're going to do some work with shoulders and the back of the legs in a standing position. So if you want to just bring your knees around to one side, and then you can just place your hands on the wall in front of you. Place one foot down and very gently bring yourself into a standing position right here. Now, if you stand with your feet hip width apart again, let's find that neutral posture. So shoulders back and down, gently lift the breastbone. Crown of the head should be facing the ceiling, so actually chin level with the floor. Okay, now outstretch your arms in front of you and make sure your hands are outstretched as well, because you need to stand away from the wall so that your arms are fully outstretched, but it's just your fingertips that are touching the wall, so not the palm of your hands. Shoulders back and down, so find that position. Okay, and then keeping the fingertips where they are, just pop your hands flat on the wall. So now we have a slight lean forward. There's some little bit of body weight across the chest. So again, maintain that lovely neutral scapular position. Keep your tummy button towards the spine, so that's going to help you to hold the pelvis in place. And we're just going to start with some simple press-ups. So just bending the elbows, lowering the forehead very gently towards the wall, and then pushing carefully away. Now, if you can keep your heels down as you do this, you might feel a bit of a stretch, okay, down the back of the lower legs, getting into your calves. That's it, good. Keep a nice neutral posture. I keep banging on about posture, but it's really important because you'll get the best from your exercises if you do that. So when you're going into your push-up, you're not dropping the pelvis, you're not lifting the tailbone. The shoulders, the hips and the knees are all staying in a nice line, and you'll feel this around the back of your arms and of course your chest. Okay, now let's come back. Now just again, keep your palms flat on the wall here, but take a step back about a foot distance away. So we're going to do that again, maintaining that lovely posture. We're going back into the push-ups, or push-aways in this case. That's it, lovely. So it makes it a little bit more tricky. Okay, if you come back to your start position then. Okay, and then you're just going to come back towards the wall with your arms outstretched again in front of you. So fingertips against the wall, shoulders back and down. This time, widen out your feet, about as wide as your mat. And then Again, just make sure your hands are flat on the wall. So the fingertips can stay where they are, just bringing the heels of the hands down, shoulders back and down. And we're going to add a squat to these press-ups or press-aways, push-aways. Okay, so this is basically bending your knees and then coming back up nice and slowly. Try not to lock your knees out as you come back up from the squat. And again, we're trying to keep the spine lengthened through. So try not to basically flex here or lift the tailbone. You're keeping the pelvis in a neutral position. Okay, we're going to add the press up back in again. Okay, so it's going to be squat and then push up or push away. I need to get used to that terminology instead of the floor. It is the wall. So down, up and forward, away. Forward and away. So this is a really nice way to practice squats as well, because you have your hands against the wall, the arms are outstretched, so it encourages you to keep your spine in a neutral position. Your technique will be a bit better than doing it without in some cases. All right, we're going to just try and hold the squat for the last one, just a little bit of pulsing to get into the quads, into the inner thighs. Good. Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And well done. If you're feeling that around the front of the thighs, that's a good thing. Okay, just bring your feet back underneath your hips again. Just outstretch your arms, so fingertips on the wall in front of you. This next one, quite a challenging one, but a good one all the same. It's all about your balance, but we're going to get into the back of the legs and the glutes. So we just need to bring the feet together. Now with your hands, it should be, again, arm's length, including the fingers, fingertips against the wall, but then just pop the palms down. So heel of the hands are against the wall. You're then going to just soften your knees, so come into kind of that ski position here, and then take your right leg back. Make sure the ball of the foot is on the floor. Now, shoulders back and down. What we're going to do is single leg squats. So watch this right hip, make sure it doesn't come out to the side. Keep everything square with the wall in front of you. Now you're going to concentrate more on this back heel. So you're sending it down. Okay, you feel that stretch down the back of the calf right there. Try not to bend the knee at the back, it's the front knee that will have bent. And you're just lifting it back up. Okay, so down and up. Just try and relax this left knee at the front here. Think more about keeping the right leg lengthened, and you'll get a lovely stretch down the back of the right leg into the calves. Okay. Now again, this is part of a fuller movement, a bigger exercise. If you'd want to have a little go at this, you can. Just come back up. Okay, so basically you're off your heel at the back, but just take that left foot a bit further backwards and do the same with the right leg, so that you're really leaning against the wall. You want your body and this leg to be in the same line. All right, now you're going to do that squat again. So you bend the knee, heel towards the floor. When you come up, you kick the leg up. Bring the leg down, okay? So it's squat, up, kick, down, squat, up, kick, and down. Now, your arms, being as they are here, is perfect for this exercise, because when you raise your leg up, it stops you from tipping forward. Okay, so try not to bend the elbows as you do your kick. And you will feel this down the back of the left leg, also down the back of the right leg, but into the glutes here. Use your core muscle, draw the navel in towards the spine as well. So that's going to keep your pelvis really still. Okay, let's go for another 3. And 2. Shall we see if we can pulse the last one? Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, well done. Okay, let's try it on the other side then. So if you need to readjust yourself, you can. Remember, you're coming up nice and neutral, nice lengthened spine, arms outstretched, fingertips on the wall, but then place the heels of the hands down. All right, knees and feet together, soften the knees. Keep your body absolutely still, so nice and neutral posture. And we're taking the left leg back, so that right knee will bend slightly more. Okay, now keep your arms outstretched but elbows soft. You're just basically taking the heel down and coming back up again, so that left leg stays fully lengthened. It's just the right knee that's bending. Okay, so try not to let that happen if you can. It's the stretch we're looking for. Good. Now remember, we can add those little kick movements as well. If you don't want to do those though, remember, you could just keep doing this. But if you do, just step back a little bit further with the legs, shoulders back and down. Same thing, but when you come up, you kick. So it's squat, up, kick. So just thinking about taking that left heel towards the floor as you squat, up, kick. And again, use your core, draw the navel in, keep everything square with the wall in front. You're doing so well. All right, let's go for 5, 4. Lovely. So when you kick, remember, don't let that happen. Don't bend your elbows. Last one here. We're just going to see if we can pulse it out, keeping that leg raised, really feeling that down the back of the right leg into the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Woo. And up. Well done. Give those shoulders a roll. Okay, nearly coming to the end now. So let's come a little bit closer to the wall. Okay, so arms outstretched. Let's do that thing again. So arms out in front, fingertips against the wall, shoulders back and down. You've got your neutral posture, and then you're going to take the heels of your hands to the wall. Okay, so keep your elbows nice and soft. Now you're going to keep your chest facing the wall, but this time I just want you to turn your pelvis to the left. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is my right, it'll be your left if you're mirroring me. So your chest is facing the wall, your pelvis, you're going to try and get that out to the side. Now bring your feet together as well. Already you should feel that your balance is slightly off with your shoulders. So try and make sure you've got the equal body weight in both arms. Okay, we're going to do press-ups like this. So both elbows bend, and then lengthen. So bend and extend. All right, so and breathe. Try and keep your pelvis facing to the side, but the chest facing forward. And don't force it, okay? But it's more important to have your chest facing forward. All right, and try and maybe lean toward this is my right arm. If you're mirroring me, it'll be your left, more towards that side. All right, good. Last couple. Last one. Lovely. So keep the feet together. Just pop your right hand, bring it forward against the wall so that you can turn to fully face your left. Okay, so as I say, if you're mirroring me, I have my left arm on the wall, that's going to be your right, and I'm facing my right, that's your left. Okay, so we've got a slight lean here as well. We're going to take this free arm out to the side. Okay, we're also going to take the outside leg out to the side. So have the toes pointed. Keep this elbow nice and soft. You're just going to raise this leg up and down. At the same time, bring your hand down, try and tap the thigh. And breathe. Now again, keep your core engaged. We're looking for that really neutral pelvic position. The standing knee should be soft, okay? Try not to lock it out. Let's go for a bit more range of movement now. So when we do this, when you tap your thigh, reach your arm up. That's it, good. Nice and steady. Really using those stabilizing muscles along the back of the standing leg there. Let's go 3, 2, hold this last one just for some little pulses. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure your leg's going out to the side and you're not going backwards here. Tap, tap, tap. So your knees facing forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And up. Well done. Okay, come back to standing. Give the shoulders a roll. You can give your hands a little shake out because you definitely feel that around the back of or around your wrist there that's been against the wall. Okay, so we need to do the other side now. So let's come back to facing the wall. Just moving back forward. Arms out in front. Okay, so fingertips on the wall here, and then you're standing up tall, shoulders back and down. You know you're in a good position, bringing the heels of the hand down. Okay, good. So now we just need to turn. I'm going to turn away from you here as well, so you've got my back to you. I'm turning my pelvis to my left, so that'll be your right. Bring your feet together, keep your hands where they are, and the chest is facing the wall. So we bend our elbows and push the wall away from us. So shh, and breathe. Shoulder blades back and down. Really lengthen through the spine. Remember, you've got your head in line with your spine as well. Good. We've got a little bit of rotation of the spine here. Do make sure the body weight is more or less even in both arms. So you might just need to shift either way to find that position. All right, let's go for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Keeping the feet where they are. Just move this is my right, so it'll be your left hand towards the center a little bit more, so that when you have your arm outstretched, your arm by your side, you're in a good position to hold your body weight. Okay, so then we've got our free arm out to the side here. We're going to keep the body absolutely lengthened through. Okay, and then you're going to take the outside leg out to the side. Keep the standing knees soft. We're raising the leg up as we tap the outside of the thigh with the free arm or free fingers. Good. All about keeping your pelvis facing forward. Let's reach up now with the arm. That's it. Good. So you just get that little bit more range of movement with your shoulder. Lovely. 5. You're going to feel this around the outside of your hip and into the glutes. Last couple. Remember, we're going to pulse that last one out. So right here, that's it, knee facing forward. Make sure you're not opening out at the hip. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms up, arms down. Shoulder roll with the wrists to shake out as well. Okay, my lovelies, you're done. That's it for today's routine. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really appreciate reading the comments as well. A couple of people have left me some comments recently about their experience with the class, and it's always really helpful for me because it means I can try and put some classes together, little sessions together that really suit you, that you enjoy, that challenge you, but are also realistic in terms of the exercises that we're doing as well. All right, so feel free to leave me a nice comment. It'd be good to hear from you, and I really hope you enjoyed the workout. I'll see you again next time. Bye.